Welcome to the Sanity Project podcast, where you can awaken your mind to clarity and success even in today's life challenges. We're here to provide insights and solutions that will help you live a sane, healthy, and prosperous life. Here's your host, Joanne Victoria.
Hello, everyone. This is Joanne Victoria with another amazing episode of the Sanity Project podcast. You are here to discover a life of clarity, confidence, sanity, and entrepreneurial success. Our guest today is Nathalie Botros. Am I pronouncing that correctly, Nathalie?
Yes, you are.
Okay, good. I appreciate that. Nathalie is a gorgeous woman who is known as a bon vivant girl. And for those of you who don't know what it means, look it up. Nathalie comes with an array of leadership experience as a certified holistic health coach and psychotherapist that teaches women how to lose weight, feel happy and successful without sacrificing the joys of life. Nathalie was born in Lebanon, raised in Turkey, studied in Switzerland, enjoyed life and a career in Italy before landing in New York City, where she now lives. Her diverse lifestyle makes it easy to connect with different cultures. Today, Nathalie helps from all around the world, clients from all around the world, universal, to be happy, healthy, and successful through her coaching programs, motivational speaking, and a variety of publications. And Nathalie is also the author of, and you're going to love this title, If You Are What You Eat, Should I Eat a Skinny Girl? My goodness, such a New York title. I love it. Welcome to the show, Nathalie Botros.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
I'm thrilled to have you here because you're delightful. You are a joy and you're smiling all the time. I haven't seen a picture of you without a smile on your face. So, and we're here to help successful women. The men can listen to.
Hello?
Yeah, the men. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's really my trademark because even my friends' kids, like when they see me or they see my pictures, they're like, how come in every picture you smile? I'm like, what, do you want me to cry in every picture? They're like, no, but it's so cool. Mommy doesn't do that all the time.
No kidding. And the women who are with children who have a business or work very hard who are listening understand that, you know, they have the RBF, which is called the resting bitch face most of the time.
No kidding. They're trying to survive. And I tell them it's because I don't have little monsters like you, you know?
Oh, that makes a world of difference, I tell you.
Yeah.
And, you are, she's lovely, and the smile makes it, people. So what Nathalie is going to talk about today is successful women and their patterns to work outside of themselves and seek comfort from food or their partner or their career. And Nathalie's going to talk about how everything, good and bad, people, everything comes from within. And then when you fix the inside, the outside falls into place. So how did you get to this place where you became the bon vivant girl?
Well, I was a Grinch. I was not a very happy person. And actually, I spent the beginning of my life chasing, I was chasing something that I didn't know what it was. I was like, maybe it's the job. So I was like getting a new job. I was like, okay, it's fun, but I need something else. Maybe it's the city. So I used to live in Switzerland. I moved to Milan. I left everything, my banking job, everything, the boyfriend, the house, the good salary. And I moved to Milan to start a fashion career and to study. But it was really fun. The good food, good people, good looking people, it was great. And then I was like, no, there's something else missing. So I kept doing this until I landed in New York 15 something years ago. And I was like, okay, this is it. Come on. I crossed the Atlantic. It must be it. I'm finally going to find, this thing that I still didn't know. And at the beginning, it was very exciting. But I don't know if it was the food industry in the US, or it was my new lifestyle. I gained so much weight. I gained more than 40 pounds in less than a year. And then I was really missing something in my life. I was missing my clothes to wear. I would sit in front of my closet and cry and hate everything and everyone because I couldn't lose weight. And I was like, okay, what can I do? And I started doing every single diet on the market. I mean, I even did crazy ones. When I say crazy ones, I was injecting myself with pregnancy hormones.
Oh, gee, that's crazy. Good Lord, woman. I missed that one.
Yeah. I mean, like that was like a really crazy one. And I will like walk around, like if I had to travel, I will like, because like it's like in little fields, and I will give it like on the plane, like to the flight attendant. And then like, I will like literally like inject, like stab myself with that HCG hormones.
Oh my Lord. Did it help?
Well, I mean, like I lost at the beginning, and of course, like I gained everything back, and then my hormones like got lost on the way. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. So I kept like, I was like in this little vicious circle where I was like unhappy, and I'm like, listen, Nat, you live in one of the most exciting cities in the world. You're stuck home, eating 3 carrots, stabbing yourself with hormones. Like there's something wrong in this picture. So one day when I was home, like hating everything and everyone, and I cannot really like, it was really like, I will look at myself, I will see a monster in the mirror. I was like so much in hate with myself. There was like this TV show on TV where they're helping women to love and accept their bodies. And it's actually, they take the woman, they take her to shopping, and like they make her dress up better for their figure, let's say. And then the last scene of this show is they put their naked picture taken by professionals on Times Square on the billboard, and they ask people who pass by what they think about it. And then like most of the thoughts are positive. So the woman's self-esteem kind of grows up out of it, and she feels better about herself. So I said, okay, let's not put myself naked on Times Square yet.
Right.
But what I did my version of it. I took a mirror, like whole body mirror, and I stood naked every day in front of that mirror until I start liking parts of my body. It could be like at the beginning, it was like maybe the top of the shoulder or the hair, like anything. And slowly, I was starting to not see a monster in my reflection, but see me, the beautiful and amazing me. Does that make sense?
It makes absolute sense, because we tend to, as you say, you gained weight and you look in the mirror and you see something that's very negative, monstrous or something. However, we tend to label ourselves when we're so focused on weight and so focused on hair and so focused on teeth and so focused on the job. We just do that, and it drives us absolutely insane. And I know the women who are listening now, and the men who know the women who, will need your help, who are going, please let me write down her phone number, her email address right now. It's a terrible thing. Yeah. And that we do to her. I mean, it's torture what we do to ourselves. And then to take the time and the resources, and it takes a lot of courage to do what you did, which is stand naked in front of the mirror and choose a small part of your body each day at a time until you get this entire human that you recognize and accept. And then the magic happens. Tell me what magic happened.
So I think it's in a way I had to grieve my body. Mm-hmm. And like actually in my book, I talk about that. Like you have to really go through the 5 stages of Kubler-Ross of grieving, which are, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. It's like you have to go through that about your body until you accept your new body. And like this exercise was like really one of the most important parts that helped me to accept my new body and rocking it. So once that I came to that stage, I will continue going out. I will start going out, and my friends will be like, did you lose weight? I'm like, no, my attitude changed so much about myself. I always say to my clients, emit the energy that you want to attract. So I was like so much in love with myself that nobody would even dare to tell me that I gained weight.
Well, what happens? This light turns on inside of us, and that light turned on inside of you. And even though you probably hadn't lost weight, what you lost was negative energy, and was where the weight came from.
Exactly, which was heavier than the weight itself, basically.
It is, because you can walk down the street, walk in any shopping mall, walk near any group of people, and you can tell who is unhappy amongst the people walking the street. You can just look at them and tell, because the weight that they're carrying, and yet there are people who carry their weight and they're not unhappy.
Of course.
Good for them. But right now we're talking about women who substitute food for happiness.
Exactly. And then if everyone skinny was happy, I mean, it doesn't make sense. I know a lot of skinny people who are not happy. So happiness doesn't mean being skinny. Happiness is like being healthy and in love with yourself, basically. Right.
Yes. So, go ahead.
Yeah. So that was like the beginning of my mind change. And, funnily, I'm a psychotherapist, and I was like my worst client.
Well,
it took me some time, it took me some time to get there. And then slowly I said, you know what, before concentrating on what you have on your plate, concentrate on yourself. And slowly, when it wasn't like my only focus in life, my only obsession, I started to lose the weight. And then of course, just to let you know, I gained back the weight, but now even if I look at my pictures between when I lost all the weight and then, I lost a lot of weight at some point and I gained some, I look better now with more weight. And I practice so much the self-love that when I look at myself, I'm like, damn, I'm good. My clothes sometimes don't tell me the same thing. I'm like, I don't care. I look good.
Right. This attachment that women are forced to have with the fashion industry. I know you were in it for a while. Yeah. Where they check themselves against a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6. Those are not realistic numbers. So we get attached, I can't wear a 10. I have to wear an 8. Well, it doesn't matter. What fits you? You look better when your clothes fit better.
Exactly. And then, let's be honest, even in the same brand, the size 8 can fit you, or the size 8 can be too tight for you or too big for you. So it's just a number. And your weight, it's just a number. You're not walking around with your weight on your forehead. It's how you feel, your confidence. You have it.
God, on can you imagine you having a workshop and you have women do that?
That would be great.
That's another process to add to your repertoire. Have the women get weighed. In fact, have the women weighed. Don't tell them their weight, and put the weight on their forehead so the only people that see it is everybody else.
Well, they will. I mean, half of the women won't put the right weight number.
Yeah, so I'm saying don't even have somebody else do it.
Yeah.
And just put it on wherever it might be so that somebody else can see it, but they can't. And they'll look, the dynamics there would be extraordinary. Extraordinary.
No, it's true. I should do that. I should steal that idea and do it.
No, I'm giving it to you.
Come and do it with me.
Yeah, I'm giving it to you because it's amazing how somebody could be petite and so on and so forth and weigh 130 pounds. And then you can have somebody who's tall and 5'10" and, weigh 160 pounds. And yet you look at them and you see people differently based on numbers. How silly we are.
I know. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. And then the image that we have about ourselves, I mean, this is, now we're talking particularly about the weight, but even personality, we always have tendency to say negative things about ourselves instead of claiming, celebrating ourselves.
Yes.
I have this exercise that I ask to my clients. I say, give me 5 qualities and 5 flaws about your personality. They always start with the flaws. And then they have more difficulty to come up with the quality. And when I ask them, why you do this? They're like, I don't know. But is it my question is is it because you're scared that if you tell me I'm smart, I'm going to tell you you're not? What is it that makes you think that you're less than nothing?
Well, I think women have been taught to subdue and submerge our good qualities. We can't brag. We can't talk about ourselves in a loud way or a forthright way because we can't put ourselves forward that much. And I think that's wrong. Obviously, I think that's wrong because, I've been around the block a couple of times. And yet when we look at it, as you say, the women say, oh, I talk too much. Or
I'm too shy,
Yeah. I don't like crowds. Whatever it might be, rather than saying, I love that I can carry a conversation with anybody and be in mixed company, whatever it might be. We don't reframe our qualities very well. So we're not happy with who we are because we're taught to judge ourselves from a very early age.
Yeah, it's true. So, what I advise to my client, and then I'm asking to all your listeners to do, it's like take your negative list and turn them into positive. Meaning, if you say, I'm very shy, I will say, I'm mysterious. And mysterious is hot and sexy. Mm-hmm. It's like if you say about your body, let's say I'm too short. Well, it's a very good excuse to wear heels. Turn every negative thought that you have about your body or yourself into a positive one. It's a fun exercise. You'll see. It's very fun.
Well, I'm taking notes on that right now, and I could see where it would be very beneficial because number one, you're helping them change not only their thought process but their brain. Mm-hmm. Because once you put a new thought in the groove in the brain, it'll take over. Of course. So that the thought process of, I'm shy goes away. Of course. And then you're like, okay, actually, I'm mysterious. Like the way you look at yourself, it's much better. And again, we're going back to the energy. So you will emit this right energy. Yeah, people don't realize that when they describe themselves or present themselves in a negative way, they're putting out negative energy. And others don't want to be around that. I agree. And I still say that you could walk down the street and know who is negative and who isn't. I have headaches when I have like negative people, like when I'm walking down the street, I feel that they drain my energy. And actually I feel sorry for them. It's like, it's so sad to see so many negative people out there. Well, sometimes I can, create a barrier between myself and the people, or I cross the street. But if there are negative people whose energy is reaching out and searching for energy, you know what I'm talking about, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, that's dangerous. You have to just move away because they're too desperate and they just want to, it's like when I go to the movies, God, haven't been to a movie in 15 months. But hello, what's it like? I wonder. And I go sit in the movies and I do my best to sit alone or with the person I'm with, away from others, mm-hmm. because I don't want their energy about themselves or the film I'm going to be watching leaching over to me. Well, yeah, you have to know how to block that negativity, like reaching out to you, because yes. You're right. Some people they feed from your energy. Yes. So yeah, there are some people like that, and there are some other people who are just having a bad day. So I'm kind of creating this movement. It's called Smile It Forward. When I see someone frowning or feeling like they're having a bad day or negative day, mm-hmm. I try to put a smile on their face. Okay. So okay. Now, so, does anybody get mad at you for that? No, not at all. Because I pay them a compliment, and then I try to put a smile. Like I see that they're like hating everything and everyone, and I said just like saying, "Oh my God, I think you're having a bad day," makes them feel better. And then finally, I get the smile. So from this, I decided to create this movement. It's called Smile It Forward. And I ask people to put at least on one other person's face a smile per day and ask them to do the same for another person. Mm-hmm. It can be paying a compliment, which takes literally few seconds. It can be spending time with that person, or it can be anything, but just a little effort from us to put a smile on someone else's face. So it will make us smile as well, sure. Because we will be happy, and then spread happiness. Well, I am supposed to, from a very high energy level perspective, do at least one good thing a day. And I usually do it unconsciously because nobody is a stranger to me. And if I see somebody who has a nice outfit on or a good haircut or whatever it might be, I will say, "Hey, I love your hair," or "Oh, you look beautiful today," out of the blue. And I don't care. I just do that. And they're surprised. They smile. They carry it away with them. No matter what's happening, they have that for at least that moment. I don't do it. Yeah. It's like your smile forward. I don't do it on purpose. I just feel compelled to talk.
But I mean, it's that, even I'm at the restaurant, the lady that's serving us, I look at her and I say, my God, I love the color of your eyes. Like, making a compliment is like such an easy thing, and it can make someone so happy. So why we're not doing it? And then we're women, we should support each other, not judge and say, oh my God, she's overweight. No, she's beautiful. She's loving it. She has beautiful eyes, beautiful hair. So let's support each other with compliments.
I think you're on the right track there. And I know you're certainly surrounded by lots of people in NYC, so you're not going to have a problem with that. No. And having others pass it on, why not? Because as women, we could be really bitchy in a group to other women, and we have to stop that.
Yes, and I don't know why we do this.
Because we're scared.
Yeah, maybe.
As a group. You have the bon vivant smile, but not everybody does. So when women gang up on other women, it's because they're frightened, because they're so submissive and submersed in their fear and their anger that they don't want anybody else. They get angry if anybody else is happier than they are. Yeah.
But what they don't get is that their happiness, it's not if you have some happiness, I'm going to have less.
Yeah, I know.
There's not a fixed quota for everyone, and then it has to be distributed. It's happier we are, actually more energy, happy and positive energy will come up, and we'll get even actually happier with that.
Yes. Yeah, there's enough to go around. There's enough happiness to go around because it's really very personal, and it's really necessary. Certainly after the last year, almost year and a half that we've had in this world, that we should be happy, not angry.
Yes, totally. We should learn how to let go the anger and then embrace the happiness.
And how do you, when you're working with your women, either individually or in a group, how do you have them move to the place where they understand that happiness comes from within?
So, I mean, again, it's I have several exercises, but there's one sentence that can resume it, I think. It's things, the house, the car, the cell, anything that you want, or people can come and go. The only person that will stay, it's you. So at the end of the day, if you attach your happiness to anything that can come and go, you're not sure if you're going to be happy. If you attach it to yourself, if you find it within yourself, you know that you got it. And then the rest will come anyway.
Well, there's where your mirror exercise could come in handy as well.
Of course. And it's all these exercises, there are so many, and it's step by step how to love and accept yourself. There is another thing also, it's to cut the judgmental noises, but we kind of touched that topic. It's internal and external. I wish, we had these remote controls and I will do click and then
right.
It mutes all the noises. But we have a lot of noises from outside. If people around you are not supportive, mute them, cut them out of your life.
Yes.
You don't need bad seeds. My mom would always say the bad seeds about friends that were not very active for me,
Yes, I agree. Totally agree with your mother. Just cut them off.
Yeah.
Cut
Social
them off
media,
right away. Yes. Oh,
the
God.
trolls, block them. Why you're getting into a conversation with someone who's not logic, who doesn't get it? Block them. You don't need that energy. Just surround yourself with love, positivity, and happiness and support.
Yes, we need the support. That is really important, that we have support in our lives, however it's presented. It doesn't have to be a big deal. You can just call somebody, a close friend or somebody you trust and who trusts you, and say, listen, I'm having a bad day. Say something nice.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just that simple. And people want to make a big deal of everything. And they also want to get, as you said previous to this last vignette, they want to get they want to change the negative people. They want to change them rather than eliminating them from their lives. They want to change them. Why? Why waste that energy?
Yeah, I agree.
Just focus on the people who are really important to you and who support you and what you do.
Definitely. I mean, like, and there is a difference between people challenging you to be better and like, you know, like those people. So make the difference. Don't think that like someone attacking you is someone challenging you to be better. That person, you know, if they attack you point blank with no reason, they're ignorant and they don't want anything good for you.
It's true.
You know, like those friends who always like, we even have like friends who always criticize us. Why we're having them around? And now I'm telling them, I'm sorry, I cannot be around your energy.
But you're brave. I just delete.
I you know, like the biggest thing to do, it's like I confront them. I'm like, why are you keep doing this?
Are they usually aware that they're doing it, or are they unconsciously doing it?
Some of them, no, they're like, no, I don't like it. I didn't mean. I'm like, well, actually, it came out like this, so you should stop. Yes. And I'm like, I'm tough enough, you know, and I can like answer you, but it's not okay to do this to everyone. So you see, you have to protect yourself. Like you have to be yourself and protect from all the negative around.
Yes, you're in charge of your own life, people.
Exactly. So, you know, at the beginning of the podcast, you were telling them I'm the bon vivant girl and they should look what it was. Well, this is it. This is being a bon vivant. Well, enjoying life.
I think that makes you extra special because we need someone like you, more than one, but we'll start with you. We'll start with Nathalie and the bon vivant girl. And Nathalie, if you would give a tip or two to our female listeners and our male listeners today, what are the top 3 things that they can do absolutely right now, besides re-listen to this podcast, audience? I always say that, re-listen to the podcast with a pen and a pad of paper and take notes.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I have few steps to be happy, and one of them is not forgetting to be grateful, because we always ask for things and we never stop a moment to say thank you for what we have. And this is like really something easy that everybody can do. Another thing is the affirmations. I call them our superpowers, because with positive affirmations, we can completely destroy the negative thoughts around us. And yes, like it will make us like stronger. And then like we have to say, I'm strong. I can do it. You don't need to do like 100 affirmations per day. Choose one word per day.
Yeah. And just say it all day long.
Exactly. And then just rock it. And also another thing that I love, it's to say yes. Yes, at least to one thing new every day. It can be a new recipe. It can be a new TV show or listening to a new song. Say yes. You have nothing to lose, because if you say no, you already lost.
Correct.
You already failed. So say yes and see what's out there, you know. And I know that our comfort zone is always like easy and comfy, obviously, but maybe the happiness is outside when we say yes. So we should give it a try and say yes to one thing.
Yeah, say yes, and you'd be surprised what will change in your life. Well, I want to thank you, Nathalie, for being here today and sharing your vivant with the audience, because it's exactly what people need right now, exactly what women need right now, and exactly what the men who have women in their lives need right now. I have male and female listeners. So how can they find you, Nathalie?
So they can go to my website. It's www.thebon-vivantgirl.com, or they can even actually just write NathalieBotros.com. They can land on my website. And on my website, they can find all my social media, all my courses, my podcast, anything they want. And they can find me.
I'm going to spell Nathalie's name. It's Nathalie. Capital Botros. For those of you who haven't picked it up, that are driving and listening to this podcast, for those of you who are listening on my website to her podcast, you can also see connections to her Twitter account, Facebook account, Instagram account, and LinkedIn account right in front of you. I want to thank you for being here today, Nathalie. This has been a good lesson for the day, that people can just make their lives better by being happy, and learning how to do that by calling Nathalie Botros.
Thank you so much. It was so great to be here. And I'm enjoying every minute of spreading happiness with you.
I can tell by the smile on your face. Thanks, Nathalie. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Sanity Project podcast. Please go to AskJoanneVictoria.com to listen to more podcasts. Check out Joanne's coaching programs and get a free copy of her report, 5 Steps to Achieve Life-Work Harmony. That's AskJoanneVictoria.com. Take care, and thanks for being here.